Hello everyone, it's Dman number 5, and I know I'm a few days late on this one. I'm sorry, I got a little bit busy because I've been working on some other videos at the moment. But I'm here to talk about episode 7 of the Ahsoka TV show on Disney+. So, what I thought about this episode, I thought it was good. Again, that's one thing I love about the show. Every time I leave an episode, or every time an episode ends, it ends with me saying, that's a good episode. Now, there are better episodes, episode 5, but I thought this was really good one. C-3PO's back. I mean, that's awesome, and they use him in such a really good scene, and they use Leia in a really good scene. By the way, the context of what I'm talking about is in the beginning of the episode, Hera is being tried for for disobeying orders and all that stuff because she's a maverick and all that. And so 3PO comes in to save the day. And it's a really good scene, and it's perfect because they use 3PO in a right way. He would be the one to save Hera and have this information that Leia did authorize the mission for her to go on. And it was so cool just to see 3PO again. I never thought I would miss 3PO. He's one of he was one of the first characters that we saw in the original trilogy, and I forgot how much I missed the guy. You forget how much you miss the little characters in the Star Wars series. But not only out of that, but we also saw Admiral Akbar was also a part of the I want to say not jury, but the board or whatever, along with Mon Mothma, and that's really cool. We also have a bit of a confirmation on where Ahsoka takes place in the new, or in the in between of Revenge of the Sith to the Force Awakens timeline. I like to call this timeline the Plus verse, or the Plus timeline. So Ahsoka takes place after The Mandalorian Season 3 because Carson Teva enters and mentions the battle on Mandalore, which, if you haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 3 finale, it ends with all the Mandalorians and along with Bo-Katan, Kryze taking back Mandalore for themselves and from Moff Gideon. So, yeah. Another thing I loved that we got to see in this episode, a little carry-on from Rebels, actually. Ahsoka training with Anakin's hologram messages. That's really cool. I like that. It carries over from Rebels because it would make sense. And also, it's just cool to see Hayden back in any form and in that Clone Wars outfit. It looks so good. It's real, raw. I forgot to mention this back when Episode 5 came out. When they did the Clone Wars flashbacks, it was a real Roger Rabbit effect. It translates so well into live action, and it makes sense. It would, but you never think you would see stuff like that. You never think we would see Hayden in the Clone Wars era outfits, and we do. And you think we would never see Captain Rex in live action, but we do, and it's amazing. So Ahsoka and Hu Yang finally arrive along with the space whales, or the Plurgal, and there's an entire space minefield waiting there for them because Thrawn prepared for this. Speaking of Thrawn, he now finds out that Ahsoka's teacher and master was Anakin Skywalker, and his reaction to that information is so funny because he looks up. No, he doesn't look up. He looks down and he goes, "Her former master was Anakin Skywalker." Thrawn has had some bad run-ins with Anakin. And fun fact about Thrawn and Anakin, or Vader, Thrawn was actually one of the very few Imperial officers able to figure out that Vader was Anakin, which shows his level of intellect and respect for Darth Vader. Then we finally meet up with Sabine and Ezra making their way through the terrain and everything. And it's really cool until they get, ambushed by God damn, I forgot to write the names down again. I think it's Shy. Yeah, it's Shy. And the bounty hunters, or the scavenger group from the last episode, ambushed them. But Balin's not there because he's I'm not really a part of this anymore. I have a bigger thing I need to be a part of. I love this guy's plan. I love it. I want to see what it is. I want to know what it is. And I love the actor who plays him. God rest his soul. The guy who played him, he does a great job. He did a great job. I love him. Then Ahsoka finally arrives and faces off against Balin. A really good fight. The one thing that I do love about this show, good lightsaber dueling. Great lightsaber dueling and great action. Just love it. Hu Yang even gets some good lines in this episode. before him and Ahsoka arrive, uh, their banter between each other is so good because like it's about like past like experiences and like it just feels so genuine. I love it. And David Tennant, who voices Hu Yang, if you don't know who he is, oh my god, check out Good Omens. He plays the second main character. He plays a demon, uh, and also he played Doctor Who for a while, and he's probably my favorite Doctor Who. Yes, I'm a Doctor Who guy. I know about Doctor Who. Why wouldn't I know? For Christ's sakes, I got a portal gun from Rick and Morty, for God's sakes. But yeah, no, this episode, really good. Ezra finally meets up with Ahsoka. Really cool. Love the reunion. Again, I'm not a big Rebels fan, so like the reunion parts with these characters don't really hit as hard for me. But I do care about the characters enough to when they do finally meet, I feel the emotion a little bit. I'm not like crying or I'm not like a major fan of it, but I love it. I like seeing that the characters are finally reunited. Also, Ezra's badass because Sabine's like, here, take your lightsaber. He's like, no, I don't need it. He uses the Force on all of them and beats them and takes down Shy. Like she almost like she cuts a piece of his hair off and he's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And then just kicks her ass. It's so cool. It's so cool. And the episode ends on a pretty high note, but Sabine still hasn't told Ezra everything. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, I thought this was a really solid episode. Again, I think most of the episodes on this show are really solid. I'm having a great time with it. Thrawn, of course, is great. And yeah, can't wait for next week. I think next week is the no. Next week might not be the finale. I think we have 2 more episodes, I think. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And our next video, I'll give you a hint, will be Star Wars themed, and we'll be introducing a new character. He's a little bit crazy, but you'll love him. Yeah, so thank you guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.